Rock and Roll Geek Show 1434.
Still rocking after all these years.
This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
This is it, the show that started it all. Often imitated, but never equal. From San Francisco, USA, online since 2004. It's the one and only Rock and Roll Geek Show. With the original rock and roll geek, Michael Butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Thursday, or it's not Thursday, it's Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, and it is 12:33 p.m. when I'm recording this episode, so I'm legally allowed to drink. Let me take the first sip of the first beer of the day at 8:05, Firestone Brewing Company, 8:05 Cerveza, brewed with lime. Oh, that is good. First one of the day, always the best. I'm up in the mountains, hence that I'm recording a day show. I played a show with Chad Bushnell on Saturday. We played in Willits, California at the Seabiscuit Ranch. The Seabiscuit Ranch is the actual place where that racehorse Seabiscuit was lived, and he's buried somewhere on that property. They don't tell you where he's buried. It was a private event. It was a fundraiser for some kind of charity. We supported. We only played one set, and after doing 4 sets with Chad, most of the time we play or 3 or 4 sets, and when we were in Denver, we did 5 nights, 5 sets a night. But so after those marathon shows, 145-minute set is a breeze, and it was so much fun. We opened for a band called Love and Theft, who supposedly has hit records in Nashville, and they're like I think platinum records. And we went on before them, and before us went a band called Wayward Jerry went on, and those guys were super cool guys from Big Sur, California. They were kind of a bluegrass band, and the singer, I'm not sure what his name is. I don't think his name's Jerry, but I forget his name. But he's a super cool guy. He was wearing like a really cool Western suit. He was a fiddle player and singer. The great band. They were more like a bluegrass band. And I was hanging out and talking to those guys after. They're also in rock bands, and we were talking about punk rock and stuff like that. And the guitar player is actually spent a lot of time where I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida. So we had things in common, and it was a really fun show. And I got to tell you, the clientele at these country shows, man, beats the hell out of the clientele at the punk rock shows. The Butlers have pretty good looking people come watch them play, but Butlers haven't played in over a year, going on 2. But we're coming back in November for a couple of shows. But it was a fun show, well attended. Everybody loved us, and they loved all the bands. It was a really fun time. It was open bar, free food. They had an auction. It was really, really fun time. So here I am back in the mountains. I'm heading back to San Francisco tomorrow. I got to do a paint job. Being retired ain't all it's cracked up to be. Well, it is all it's cracked up to be, but financially it ain't, friends. All right, let's get on with the show, as they say. I did a show last week. I told you I was going to do one Monday or Tuesday. So here I am making good on my promise. Got a bunch of audio comments. I don't have to, but I would like to get to them because people are waiting to hear them, and I appreciate everybody who's contributing to the show. It's another way you can support the show other than donating, is to call in and leave comments and give me some content for the show. Before we start with those, let's play a song. Brand new Good, the Bad, and the Zugly just came out. Let's see. It is called November Boys. I have not heard the entire thing. I said I was going to do a track by track of it, and I haven't had a chance to sit down and listen to it. But I'm going to play the first song in the album. This is called November Boys.
Why is it
There you go. Sorry. I'm in I'm in the podcast Hall of Fame, and I stutter over my words and hit the wrong button. All right, that was what I just told you it was. Good, the Bad, and the Zugly. November Boys. I'll play some more of that. Maybe I'll close out the show with another song from that. We'll see. All right. Bunch of audio comments. I'm going to go take it from the top here. Triple show review. I don't know who this is from.
Hello, Michael Butler. Chris Capel, the rock and roll
Chris Capel. Hello, Chris. Nice to hear from you, friend. Long time no hear.
copywriter from Connecticut checking in. How you doing?
Super great. Couldn't be better. Thanks for asking.
Well, that's great. Me too.
Yeah, glad to hear it.
I'm going to open up my first
Join you.
seltzer sparkling water of the day. It's lime flavor.
Okay, I'll take a sip of this beer.
You've got something there, I'm sure. Let me know what it is.
It is a 805 Cerveza.
Quite excellent. Let's take a sip. Here we go.
Here we go.
First sip of the day is always the best.
Sure is, friend.
All
Even
right,
the fourth is too.
This is a triple
Triple
show review.
Triple shot. Free
You were
for
begging me to do.
Begged him.
I'm sending it to you.
Please,
All right, so
Chris.
just a little backstory. The girlfriend and I from last spring and summer broke up, and she was exhausting. And I don't mean sex all the time. Yes, there was that.
Wow.
But just personality-wise, it was just exhausting. And I always get PT.
Okay. Here's a sexist joke for you. She and exhausting is redundant. All right.
PTSD after intense relationships but I jumped right back into it.
There you go.
I signed up.
Don't we all, friend?
Again for a dating service. And
which one?
coincidentally enough, my first date on this service was a date to my first concert I'm about to talk to. So this
I hope it's a date report too, Chris. I hope.
was a blind date to The Who.
A blind
Never
date?
even talked
You took a blind date to The Who. That girl was lucky,
on
man.
the phone, just saw her picture. Go look at my Facebook page if you want reports and any of this stuff. Pictures tell 1,000 words.
All right, hold on. Let me go to his Facebook page here. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Chris Capel. Let's see. Chris Capel. Excuse me, I'm burping. All right. Back to you, Chris Capel.
So I met her in Manhattan on Saturday, the 30th of August. And like I said, I only knew what she looked like. I didn't talk to her or anything. And so we met outside a bar, at a bar, and I was waiting for her. And we went in and we had something to eat and drink. And it was fine. She's a nice woman. Could have used a little more personality, probably.
Oh, boy.
And then we walked across the street to the arena. And
Oh, wait a second. I'm looking at a picture of her now. Blue-eyed boy meets brown-eyed girl. Together in their quest for fun and great music, they travel to the Who concert at Madison Square Garden. Rock and roll behind blue eyes indeed. She's good looking, man. She's got the kind of nose I like. I told you that before, I think. Oh, I took the microphone off. Oh, God, this is so professional of me. Yeah, she ain't bad, man. I hope the party kept going.
Feist was the opening act. I'm not really familiar with them.
Feist,
Female
okay.
singer. They weren't bad, but you're wondering why
I
they
might
were
have seen
opening for The Who.
Feist. They were doing all local openers. Joe Perry Project opened for him at, oh shit, my phone's fucking blowing up. Joe Perry Project opened up for him at Hollywood Bowl, and you already know this because it was all over the news. Steven Tyler got up and sang a couple of songs, and also Slash got up and sang. Slash looking a little bit heavy. Back to you, Chris.
And then we saw The Who, which is really just Daltrey and Townsend and a bunch of other scabs. Townsend's brother. A drummer that's not Zach Starkey. And this will be the first of two times I did not see Zach Starkey.
I thought
this
they
weekend,
unfired
where
him.
that's going to. So it was a greatest hits show. We had seats near the soundboard. I mean, they weren't the cheapest seats I ever bought, but they certainly weren't the most expensive. They were actually a good deal for being at the back of the floor by the soundboard, considering what that was pretty much the price that the nosebleeders had to pay up there. Excuse me while I take another sip.
Soundboard's not bad. I'll join you, friend.
So like I said, it was a greatest hits show. This woman, was, my age.
Yeah, she looks good, man.
Was, more into The Who than a lot of people would be. She was excited to go
Looks
because
like a
I wanted
nice
to actually
girl,
go
too.
to the Jones Beach on Thursday, go to the tennis thing on Thursday daytime, and then Jones Beach at
You know,
night.
in defense of her, you said she could have been more talkative or less boring or whatever. You know, it was a blind date, and I'm sure she was extremely nervous, man. You got to give her a break. She looks she's hot, man.
Which I've done many times before, either with that or a Mets game, but she couldn't go Thursday. So we went Saturday, and it's a hit show, as you will hear momentarily. I'm just going to breeze through the set list. You want to sing, you got to stop it. That's your cross to bear.
Chuck Spear commented, I hope you got cheap tickets. I heard this tour is bombing. Is it really?
So, I can't explain. Substitute. Who are you?
Hold on.
The seat.
Substitute your ba. Who are you? Who? Back it up just a bit here. Okay. All right.
Substitute. Who are you? The seeker.
They call me the seeker. I've been searching low and high.
Long live rock.
Long live rock.
Pinball wizard.
He's a pinball wizard.
See me, feel me.
See me, feel me.
With the entire listening to you bit.
Uh-huh.
Loving for keeping.
Love ain't for keeping.
Behind blue eyes.
No one knows what it's like.
Eminence front, which
Behind an eminence front.
is strange because they didn't really like that. They
Yeah.
thought that was a crap
That was
album.
a hit.
My Generation.
Talking about my...
Cry If You Want. I don't even know where that's from.
Me neither.
You Better, You Bet.
You better... That's a good one. I love You Better, You Better, You Bet. Maybe I should play that one. That's a great tune, man, from not from Face Dancer. Which album is that? Oh, You Better, You Better. Bet. You Better, You Bet. Okay. Face Dances, right? Yes, Face Dances.
Another one which is kind of surprising.
I
they
love
put
that
in there.
tune. Love that one.
Oh, You Cry If You Want, I think, is from the same album as Eminence Front.
Okay.
Going Mobile with
Going mobile.
Pete Towns'
When
brother
I'm
on vocals instead of
mobile.
Pete. I like that song. The Real Me,
Can you see the real me, doctor?
I'm One,
I don't know.
515,
Out of my way on a 515.
Love Rain Army,
Rain on me.
Won't Get Fooled Again,
Won't get fooled again. Is that the finale?
Baba O'Reilly,
This is the finale. Out here in the fields.
the song
Don't cry. Don't rave. Butler's played that one. It's a fucking barn burner too, man.
is Over,
Wait a minute. I'll back it up a little bit here.
515, Love Rain Army, Won't Get Fooled Again, Baba O'Reilly, The Song Is Over,
The song is over. They're all a hit now. It's a great one.
and then an acoustic Tea in Theater, which is from
What's that?
a more recent album, which I don't have. And it was cool. They had really good video effects,
It's a good
but a lot of
set.
bands have that. If you've ever seen that Rolling Stones video, Angry, and how like their old pictures of them are singing and,
Right, yeah.
and it's like that kind of stuff.
Right, yeah,
like for
back
instance,
up.
Roger Daltrey, he's singing and his video is on the album cover of Who's Next. He's singing on the big block, and that's him. It just was really cool, and there'll be more of that in the next show. Oh, and by the way, this was the third time I've ever done 3 in a row. I obviously did the 3 Cheap Trick shows in New York at Irving Plaza. I'll be mentioning Irving Plaza later in this show review. And I also once, God, it's probably 20 years ago, it was a Rolling Stones, Eric Clapton, and Rush, I think. I saw him 3 consecutive nights. I think that was the 3, but I could be wrong. Take another sip.
I'll join you.
So that was cool. So I did the Who thing, and then I bought a bootleg tee off of one of the homeboys out front, and they were like all over the place. They had cars parked there and spread out. It was pretty interesting. So that was it. I had a blind date.
You
then
know,
I see her again.
I prefer the bootleg T-shirts from the parking lot. I think they're better.
Who knows? Probably if I go to the city because she lived there, but I'm probably not Probably not.
Oh, I hope
Like
you
said,
do, man. She's cute.
Nice woman, nothing wrong with her, but very beautiful eyes.
Yeah,
very
beautiful nose, too.
big brown eyes.
You know what they say about girls with noses like that?
Very beautiful. And I'm behind blue eyes, but
There you go.
that's neither here nor there. Okay, so that was
Glad-
that.
Thank you for the date report.
The
by
next
way,
night
Chris.
was August 31st.
Go out with her again.
I just got a text from a client. This was something I bought tickets for 10 months ago at MetLife Stadium. It was the big Oasis reunion. And again, really cool video stuff. I took my youngest daughter, Ashley, because she's a huge Noel Gallagher and Liam Gallagher and Oasis fan. And she never saw Oasis, obviously. She's seen Noel Gallagher a couple times with me. I've never seen Oasis for multiple reasons over the years, none of which I need to go into. So that was really cool because it was full. It was easy in and easy out, which is never the case at MetLife Stadium. You know, because I've seen AC/DC and Metallica and Bruce Springsteen and The Who and Eagles and Bon Jovi and, you know, bunch of concerts at that place and Guns N' Roses. And it's always a nightmare getting in and or out. In this case, it was easy in, easy out.
That's good.
Another sip.
And you brought your daughter. I'm going to join you. Hold on.
So then, so that was great. I mean, I'm not going to go through the set list. And Zach Starkey didn't
not a
play
huge
drums, but it
Oasis
was
guy.
fantastic. It was definitely the concert of the year. And so that was the Sunday night, the 31st of August. Then on September 1st, the next night, so we're talking 3 in a row now, I also had tickets for Oasis. I kind of got
You went 2 nights?
2 nights when I was buying them. I had 2 browsers
Damn.
open. I just happened to get into 2 different,
Wow.
you know, windows where I got 2. And I was like, well, these are worth money and anything. So I offered them to a friend of mine, a woman in my running group, Diana, and I said, yeah, you can go. You know, I'll give them to you at what I paid for them. So, you know, we're talking back and forth. And she said, oh, I said, you can buy both of them. You can buy one of them. You can buy none of them. It's all the same to me because I know I'll get my money back, more than my money back. But she said, oh, well, you know, I don't have anybody to go with. Do you mind taking me? I was
Look
like,
at
no, I'd
you,
love to take
Chris.
you. Well, she actually drove, so she took me. And she paid for her ticket, so it wasn't like it was a date or anything because we're just friends. But anyway, so
Yeah, that's what
I
they all say.
picked her up, or she picked me up rather, at my place because she lives more in the middle of the state. And we drove down there, and it was the same show, same in and out, same chill crowd. When I say chill, I mean nobody was being a jerk. The crowd was into it both nights. I mean, they were doing that jumping up and down thing on the floor. I had great seats both nights. Actually, I had better seats the second night. I was in the straight onto the stage 200 level, in that front row both times. Hey, if you want to go to a concert with me. Oh, and Cage the Elephant opened, and in another band called Cass. They weren't bad, and Michael Butler knows Cage the Elephant because they opened for Metallica when we went to
did they?
Metallica at the stadium, AT&T Park in San Francisco. Oh, that's right. You'd missed the opening act. You damn near missed Metallica, too. But that's neither here nor there.
I don't remember
But I have
missing
photographic
Metallica.
proof I was at that concert with you.
Yeah,
And that's the
that's
concert
right.
I met Shockey at.
That's
Say
right.
hi, Shockey.
Hey, Joe.
So anyway, so a second night, and this woman I went with, she was a mega fan. Oh, my God. She knew every song. She knew all the B-sides. I mean, she really impressed me, and she was into it. She's a very nice woman. I had a great time. So that was it. That's my 3 concerts in a row where they took 3 different people, 2 women and another woman happened to be my daughter, so I can't put her in the same category. So that's it. And speaking of Irving Plaza, I mentioned I would be circling back to that. I have a show this week at Irving Plaza, which Michael Butler is going to be very excited for me to do a show review. And I have a show that's
Which one?
on Friday, because today's Tuesday the 9th. I have a show on Friday, too, which
Garbage?
is another one Michael Butler will be very interested in to get a show review. So I will do a double show review
Please.
on Saturday. The one on Friday is is a Richfield Playhouse. So that's
Is that Joe Perry?
25 minutes north of here.
Michael
Right
Schenker
near where I
group.
used to live. So it's, I'll be home at 11:15 on that one because I have a race Saturday and a race Sunday. And that's it. So there's no party to keep going yet, but I'm working my way into that.
Go out with her again,
back
friend.
on the dating scene. So that's it. So I will give a report. Oh, and I'll tell you about the concerts later.
Yes, please.
About who's going with me to these two.
Bring that one with you
whatever,
again.
I'll
The
tell
one that you
about
took to the
later.
Who.
In the show review that's coming up. And hopefully this one will be in a different episode than that one because nobody wants to hear 2 back-to-back show reviews of 5 concerts. But if you want to see the Oasis set list, it's the same as their entire tour. So
Both
no
nights was the
surprises,
same
but-
set list.
Oh, that was the only other concert I saw with fireworks at the end that went off while the band was still playing. And it was no mistake because they did it 2 nights in a row. So that's it. And Oasis was a hit show and it was fantastic. Did I mention it was fantastic?
Yes, you did.
And both my daughter and my friend were just, ecstatic to be there. So, as they should be. So that's it. Chris, the rock and roll copywriter, signing off.
All right.
Stay frosty and have a good night.
Et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so Chris Capel, thank you for that show review, friend. If I can give you some advice, I got a feeling about that girl you took to the Who concert. She's got the nose, and I love that kind of nose on a girl, and she's got eyes. She's got nice person eyes. Go out with her again, friend. She could be a keeper. All right, a little advice from your friend Michael Butler. All right, let's play one. Let's play You Better You Bet, and then I'll come back and we'll thank some people who donated. Okay, let me start this over. Okay, why is it not playing? Okay, Podcast Hall of Fame, friends. You better, you better, you better. It's a great tune.
You better, you better, you better. You better, you
No, you know what I want to play instead? I'm calling an audible. Something else from that album with the late, great John Entwistle singing.
Everybody calls me the quiet one you can see, but you can't hear me. Everybody calls me the quiet one you can try, but you can't get near me. I ain't never ever had the gift of the gab, but I can
There you go. Late great John Edwhistle. Okay. Let's thank some people who donated to the show. Let me find something to play in the background. This was sent to me by Kirk Crawford when I was on the Hank Jr. kick, which I still am on a Hank Jr. kick. I have not heard this whole live album yet. Thank you, Kirk Crawford, for not sending me that, because that would have just been wrong. Let's get it to where he plays the medley. I think he's playing acoustic here, so it might be better. All right. There are several ways you can donate to the show, friends. My favorite way is by Venmo. Joe Pawlak, $150 Venmo donation. Thank you, Joe Pawlak. I didn't give you enough credit, so I'm giving. I usually do donations for the past month. This is a little bit past a month ago, but I didn't give you enough credit, Joe Pawlak, my bodyguard. $150. Tim Schall also saved the show this month with a $50 Venmo donation. My Venmo is at Michael-Butler-11. Nadi Itani helped save the show with a $50 Venmo. Brian Grattidge, $31. Kirk Crawford. Not only does he not send me music, because that would just be wrong, he Venmos me. $31. No, $25, Kirk Crawford. John Morgan, $25. Greg Brofer, still praying, friend, $20. Blake Johnston, the rock and roll Brian Cranston, $20. Jason Gerken, $17. Richard Fusey, the sheriff, two $15 donations. Stephen Bealle. Stephen Cohen, $5. And finally, Stephen Bealle, $2. Those are the Venmo donors. Patreon. My bodyguard. Again, $16.66. Dan Garawan, $15. Kirk Crawford again, $12.77. Patrick Shanahan, $10. Patreon.com/RNRGeek, by the way. Cole Thornton, $9.99. Ryan Springer, $8. John Scott, writer of the great book Tom Petty and Me, $8. Michael Street, friend of the show and friend of mine, $7.50. Dave Slusher, jumped ship but still donating, $5.55. Chiaki Hinahara, one of my closest friends, Medaki Metal on Instagram, $5. Eric Klein, $5. James Shapiro, $5. Jamie Jefford, $5. Justin Lefkowitz, $5. Martin Clawley, $5. Nadi Itani again, $5. Paul Smith, $5. Robert Harvey, $5. Steve T. Steve Trice, $5. Eric Stoll, $4. Mike Hellier, £4. Dan McBride, $3. Mark Mazzei, $3. Adrian Bosch on $2. Bosch Rock on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook page, which I did not create, but I do approve people, along with the sheriff, who does most of the approving. You just got to answer 2 questions so that we know that you are not trying to tell us bad things about those people. Adrian Bosch on $2. Amy Bowen, $2. Eric the Rock and Roll Plebe, who I got an audio comment from to play soon, $1.42. 3 Legs, 4 Wheels, $1. Arnie Stash, $1. And Piotr Wojciechowski, who I'm mispronouncing his name, I know, $1. Let's hear a little bit more of Hank. Let him roll for a few minutes, a few seconds. PayPal.
Yeah, I'm gonna let one of them big 1800s.
Saved the show again. Benjamin Mueller saved the show, $50 on PayPal. How about all my rowdy friends?
'Cause all my rowdy friends are dead anyway or settled down. And it seemed to be boring.
Stephen Laperriere, who's helping me with my book. I just got to get off my ass and start writing more. $20. Dave Franco, $20. Richard Strom, $20. Jason Shepard, $10. Jeff and Cheri Thieleke, who I think Jeff Thieleke sent me a comment as well.
everybody got somebody beat
$10.
Make 'em go home.
William Bell, $10. Dave Jackson, School of Podcasting, $10. BJ Lisko, $10. Ralph Miller, friend of mine and friend of the show, $10. Who also sent me a show review. I got to put that in my queue. Ralph Miller. I almost
See my
forgot
name
about
on
that
the
one.
best country and the best rock and roll page. I got some new friends, Thorgood and Lewis.
Todd Cunningham, $10. Friend of the show and friend of mine, Todd Cunningham. James Venners, $10. John Ofenloch, $5. Daniel Borden, Danny Borden, Shitty Dude, $5 Shitty Dude donation. Andrew Howe, $5. Christopher Del Grande, $5.
For keeping me around.
Jason Lesniewski, $5. Vincent Creamy, $5. Sing it.
What my daddy meant when he sang about his lost highway. Oh, George Jones, I'm glad to see. Finally get straight.
Jason Lesniewski, $5. Oh, fucking Hank Jr. is a badass, man. Vincent Creamy, $5. John Tennis, $5. Greg Long, $5. Rachel Rosenberg, $5. Peter Spark, $5. Brian Grattidge, $2. Adam Croft, $2. William Moffat, $2. Lassie Satvidhagen, $2. Deborah Dreyfus, if that's your real name, $2.
But I still got some new rowdy friends that keeps me around.
Chad Kiffmeyer, $2. Dave Alexander, $2. Adam Gerstein, $2. Adam Brachet, $2. Chad Kiffmeyer, $2. Dave Alexander, $2. And finally, Kai Matsuda, $2. I also got an audio comment from Adam Gerstein I'm going to play today as well. Thank you to everybody who donates to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. It's a value for value. Thank you, Hank Jr. I don't have advertisers. I answer to you and only you, friends. If you get any value out of this show, please put a number on it and send it to your friend Michael Butler. Whatever you think it's worth to you. Because without your show, without your donations, this show would die horrible, putrid, stench-filled death. Let's see here. Pulled that one in. All right. Here we go.
Greetings, Michael Butler.
Hello, Ralph
It's your
Miller.
old friend Ralph Miller.
Yes.
With a show review.
Oh, good. I think this is David
Well,
Lee Roth.
I went and did it. I saw David Lee Roth.
Oh, good. I can't wait.
So this was a couple nights ago at the Saratoga Mountain Winery,
Where he works.
my usher gig, where we have about 70 shows all summer, and the shows get announced in April. And when the list came out, the show that didn't quite fit was David Lee Roth.
Yeah, that's great.
And at the
it's a
time,
great place to see him.
there had only been 2 David Lee Roth shows announced for the whole summer. There was nothing else announced. It was just a fish out of water kind of show. And the price for David Lee Roth, the good seats, $189.
Wow, that's why I didn't go.
So normally I would have bought for David Lee Roth, would have been on my list, but nah, not at that price.
He must have had a huge guarantee.
I thought that's definitely one I need to work as an usher.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that.
So I put that down as my top usher pick, as you get to pick the 3 shows you really want to work. But later I decided, to really experience David Lee Roth and seeing some of the reviews and some of the clips of his then expanded tour. It was not just the winery and another site. The tour was happening, and apparently it wasn't good. So I decided I really needed to be a patron. I needed to experience this show in all its glory, whether it be great or horrid. So at $189 for the great seats, it was not selling well. In fact,
Can you imagine why?
a couple days before the show, the tickets were offered as comp tickets for employees and the frequent buyers.
After you already
People who
paid?
buy multiple shows, got offered a few free seats. But I had already picked up a nice floor seat at half price a week before, and I was very content with that. So the night finally came. Oh, first of all, I forgot to ask. Michael Butler, how are you?
I'm super great. Couldn't be better. Thanks for
And
asking, friend.
what are you drinking?
I'm drinking
if
an
anything?
805 Cerveza, brewed with lime.
Well, I am
Take a
not
sip.
drinking right now. Drinking will come later. Tonight,
There you go.
I am heading up to Joan Jett and Billy Idol.
Oh, yeah.
I know you've
Happy
already
birthday.
got a
By the way,
review from...
Happy birthday, Joan Jett. Yesterday, and also my daughter's birthday, the apple of my eye, Martina Butler.
the New York show, but I'm looking
Billy
forward
Idol
to
show
that.
review?
But now I'm reflecting
Do I?
on Friday night, where I got to the Mountain Winery nice and early, wanted
Oh,
to
I
make
do.
it casual,
No, I don't. No,
relax before the show. I ended up going onto what they call the
I don't. If you
Lookout.
sent, by the way, friends, if you sent me a Billy Idol show review, which I don't think anybody has, resend it. Maybe that's the one that Chris Capel's talking about.
Lounge, which is a small, it's kind of a big room on a building overlooking the main plaza, where they've got a pool table, ping pong, a bandstand, usually have a guy or a couple guys playing acoustic music,
Yes, I went to that area with you, I think.
complimentary cocktail, and some lounge chairs that overlook the plaza. So I went up there, got my cocktail. I was just checking out the crowd as they were coming in. I ended up talking to a couple that had come out from Chicago, because at the time
Right.
that this show was announced, there were only 2 shows on the books for David Lee Roth, and they decided to make a trip out of it. They came out from Chicago, and of course, once they had bought their tickets and airplane, flight, etc., more shows were added, and David Lee Roth was playing in their neighborhood, but they had already booked this, so we had a nice chat. It's always fun talking to people up there from out of town.
Yes, it is.
And telling them about the Bay Area and our little concert venue. Anyway, I had my eyes out because I knew that fellow geeks John Nashid and Rob Rosenberg and their lovely wives would be attending.
I wish I could
So
have gone.
as it got close to showtime, I went down and I saw them come in.
I miss John Nash. I don't know if I've met Rosenberg.
We connected, chatted with some other Usher friends, and made our way down to the seats. They were sitting somewhat near me, but not with me. We were warned by the ushers that it was going to be loud. As when I came in during sound check, it definitely was loud. So Dave finally comes on. It was a advertised 7:30 start, but
No opener.
there was no opening band, so he was supposed to come on at 7:45. But he came on about 7:50, 7:55.
Not too bad.
And immediately the crowd was on their feet,
That's
from
great.
which they never left their feet. They were
That's
up
great.
the whole night.
That's great.
So the band came out. So his band has got a drummer, a bass player, keyboard player, one guitarist who ended up playing the same Stratocaster the whole night, did not change guitars.
That's good.
And then, as people have probably seen, Dave has a group of backup singers.
I love those guys. A lot of people brag on those guys, the 3 black dudes, the 3 or 4 black guys. I love those guys.
Which are heavily utilized. So the show started with 5 backup singers.
5.
One of them eventually moved over and played keyboards, the second keyboard. And the first song, Dave launched, great choice, launched into Panama.
Panama.
Which, as you know, Feather Witch has played Panama. Great opening song.
Yes.
Then second song, Drop Dead Legs.
Drop dead legs.
Then I'm the One.
I'm the one you love. Come on, baby.
Then I'll Wait.
I'll wait till your love
I think
falls
that's when
down.
they added the second keyboard player. Then Beautiful Girls.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful Girls. Van Halen 2, my favorite.
You Really
My favorite album, not my favorite song.
Got Me.
You Really Got Me.
Running with the Devil.
Running with the Devil.
Who doesn't love Running with the
Come
Devil?
on, man.
Romeo Delight.
I know the law, friend.
Dance the Night Away.
Dance the night away. Also Van Halen 2, right?
Mean Street.
This is low. This is Mean Street.
So at this point, Dave says, "Does anybody want to fight?" So he goes over to his group of 4 backup singers and starts getting into a little choreographed scuffle.
That's great. Sounds like a fucking
Dave
awesome
was-
show, man.
Dave was Dave. He was very entertaining. He was all over the stage, back and forth. Lot of chatter. He claimed he didn't know what song
did
would
talk.
be played
Good.
next, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a very well rehearsed show.
Of course.
And he knows exactly what's being played
David Lee Roth. Say what you want about David Lee Roth, but he ain't stupid.
next.
Everything David Lee Roth says, he knows he's gonna say it.
I did take a couple videos. I could not resist taking some videos, which really gives you a sense of Dave's chatter. So he would start a song, and then I think it was on the song after Mean Street, "Somebody Get Me a Doctor."
Oh,
He
great
kinda-
one. Also Van Halen 2, right?
There was a lull. The band broke
Somebody give me a doctor. That's a fucking great song.
down into a little, just a little humming and strumming, and Dave went off just kind of talking about nothing in particular.
Doesn't matter.
A lot of swearing. Couple stories made sense. Most stories did not.
That's fine, that's
he told
fine.
us about his growing up in a mixed race elementary school. He mentioned that twice.
Lest anyone think he's racist.
But he was so entertaining. He was just
course.
having fun. His
That
backup
is
singers
great.
were having fun. That was all good, Of
course.
What do you expect? So after Somebody Get Me a Doctor, Jamie's crying.
Jamie's crying. Well, that's not one of my favorites, but it's a decent song. I've heard it too many times.
Then Unchained,
Unchained. Nothing stays the same.
which more chatter.
Come on, Dave, give me a break.
Pretty Woman.
Pretty woman.
And earlier, I think David reminded everybody that he wrote all the lyrics to all the songs you'd be hearing tonight. And he wrote the
Except for
notes
this
for the
one.
vocal melodies. Yeah, he may have forgotten that he did not write Pretty Woman, but
Or You Really Got Me.
we'll give him that. So after Pretty Woman, Atomic Punk,
The Atomic.
Ain't Talking About Love,
Ain't talking about love.
Hot for Teacher,
Hot for teacher. No, wait a minute. I got my pencils.
and more crowd play. He
I'm
never
Hot
went
for
out
Teacher.
into the crowd, but he
Got
I
it
think
bad, so bad.
Hot for Teacher, he went over to the corner of the stage where there were a couple attractive girls, and he was flirting with them. And just Dave being Dave. Next song, Everybody Wants Some,
Great one, great one, great one, great one.
which was the next to the last song.
Everybody wants. Oh, I gotta find that one.
And then the very last song was Jump,
Okay,
big crowd favorite.
of course.
So this show was supposed to run about an hour and a half, and I think it was almost 2 hours if you
Women and
if you
children
add
first.
in all
Everybody wants some.
the unexpected stories and whatnot. But the crowd loved it. The backup singers did all the heavy lifting on the vocals. Dave knew most of the words to most of the songs. Didn't
Doesn't
really
matter.
need to sing
Doesn't
them all.
matter. Doesn't matter because the whole
You know,
audience.
There's a lot
was.
chirping and screaming and doing what Dave does.
Yeah.
But after the show, I was talking with John Nashid, Rob Rosenberg. They loved it. They thought it was great.
Of course.
Although
What's not to
Rob
like?
was pretty sure that Dave did not know the lyrics to Jump. But be that as it may, it didn't
I did
matter.
not know Rob Rosenberg was from the Bay Area.
Everybody had fun.
Have I met you in person, Rob Rosenberg?
I don't know if people got their money's worth at $189 for the top ticket, but I got my money's worth at half that for my seat. So pretty good choice to be that, be a patron for that show, and
I wish I could have
it
gone.
was good
with those
times. I
guys.
was looking
was
forward to
fun.
that one all summer.
Fun
and,
guys' night out.
Did not disappoint.
That's when you hang out with your buddies. Too.
Anyway, so I saw David Lee Roth, so that you don't have to.
Please, I want to go
Anyway.
see him now.
Good times. Stay frosty. We'll talk soon.
Stay frosty. Thank you, Ralph Miller. Let's play it's 5 minutes and 9 seconds song. I'm just going to play a little bit of Everybody Wants Them. This is a great song from Children First. Looking for a moonbeam. It's a great album, Women and Children First. Great riff, too. Man, this might be a long show. I might have to put a couple of these show reviews off for the next show, friends. I apologize. We're going long. You've heard that song. It's a great tune. All right, let's keep the party, as Chris Capel says, keep it going. All right, how about might as well just take them on down the line.
Hello, Michael Butler. This is Eric, the rock and roll plebe.
Hey, Eric.
And I just wanted to check in with you and do a show report of 2 shows that I saw this past week. Hope you're doing well.
I'm super great. Couldn't be better. Thanks for
The first show was Michael Schenker.
Oh, great.
He's on his My Time with UFO 50th anniversary show.
You know, I heard he's doing Strangers in the Night top to bottom. Tickets sold out in San Francisco like in an hour. So I hope it's good. I heard he was going to have that guy from Skid Row sing him, Eric Gromwell, but he's not. He's got some other dude. And I saw a video and I didn't like that singer too much. Back to you, Eric.
He played at the Keswick Theater which is in the suburbs right outside of Philadelphia, this past Wednesday, September 17th. It's a venue that holds around probably 12 or 1,300 people, and he had a good, decent-sized crowd there. I would say there's probably like 1,000 people there, so it was pretty well attended. So he had an opening act. It's a guy named James Nichols, or James Jared Nichols, something like
James
that.
Nichols, great guitar player.
He was pretty entertaining. He's a guitar
saw him open
player,
for UFO
singer.
in San Francisco.
He looks like a WWF wrestler
muscle
dude, or
bound. He didn't used to be all muscle bound like that, but he is now.
lumberjack. He's like big, jacked looking dude with like long frizzy hair.
Yeah. Ted Nugent, sort of Ted Nugent clone.
He was pretty fun to watch. He had like a lot of rock star moves and, you know, windmill arms and pointing at people, and he's a decent guitar player too. He plays with his fingers, and it's kind of a Jimmy Page sloppy blues rock, or maybe like modern blues rock kind of sound. It's not really my thing, but he played one of those Dean guitars. I think they're Dean guitars that have like 3 sharp edges, and the headstock looks like a flying V shape, like the dude from Pantera played, I think. So he was interesting to watch. The other 2 guys in the band were kind of boring, though. The drummer was kind of sluggish and behind the beat to me, and bottom line, they really just didn't have any great catchy songs. So it was entertaining to watch, but probably their best song was the last one they did when they just did a respectable version of War Pigs, basically. So then after that, Michael Schenker came out they played Led Zeppelin Immigrant Song as his kind of intro song. In his band right now, my notes here, Ronnie Romero on vocals.
Oh, that's who's singing.
I've heard his name before, but I don't really know much about him.
Yeah, it's kind of
he's kind of
another Dio clone.
He's kind of dirty looking, actually. He's kind of greasy looking. Yeah. He's got like odd looking hair that's like slicked back, and he wears shades on stage.
Oh boy!
So, vocally he was fine. I guess it could have been worse. He did an okay job, but
I don't know why these guys get the same type
on
of
keyboards, Steve Mann, and on drums is Bod Schaff.
Okay, I don't know.
I guess both of them. Well, Steve Mann played on, I think, some of the classic MSG albums. And he was a shredder, too. Sometimes he was playing the guitar, sometimes he was playing keyboard. He was good. And then the drummer, I think, played on some of the later MSG albums. And I don't remember, I didn't look up the bass player. Or I did look him up, but he didn't have any, I don't know what his credits are. He was kind of fat, but
should have been Michael Butler.
He was solid. But really, they probably could upgrade with another bass player named Michael.
Exactly.
If he's not too busy.
I'm busy, but I would.
I'd make Michael Schenker. He looked cool. He had his black fuzzy Russian hat on or whatever that he.
I got a feeling that Chad Bushnell pays better than Michael Schenker. Just guessing though.
Wears a T-shirt with a Rubik's Cube on it. He's playing, of course, his white flying V. He looked thin and lean and cool. So the first 4 songs they did, Natural Thing.
It's a they're doing top to bottom.
You Can Rock Me.
Only You Can.
Hot and Ready.
Hot and Ready. 'Cause here I.
And then Doctor Doctor.
Doug, it's not in order.
And then they gave Schenker a little bit of a break. They had a bass solo. And luckily, it was not too long.
Bass solo?
And no offense to any bass players
Why do you need a fucking bass solo?
listening, but didn't really need a bass solo at that point.
At any point. I'm a bass player.
Then they went into 4 more tunes. Mother Mary.
Okay. All Strangers tunes.
I'm a Loser.
Great one.
Which was a highlight for me. This Kids.
Another good one.
And Lights Out.
Okay.
And people would just run their feet the whole time. It was a good time at this point. But then everyone sat down or went and got a drink because it was drum solo time.
Oh, boy.
After the drum solo, 4 more tunes. Love to Love.
Great one. Okay.
Let It Roll.
All Strangers tunes.
Can You Roll Her? And Reasons Love.
Reasons Love, not on Strangers in the Night.
And there was kind of another break where I think, if I recall, I think they did like a bass and drum and vocalist kind of howling kind of solo type thing. But then they went into finished up strong with Rock Bottom, which had
last song of the
a great live solo. The song was probably 15 minutes long, but I just loved the whole thing.
Oh, his playing on that is amazing. The guy keeps getting better on guitar.
Playing with like one hand, and he was picking up a camera with flash shooting the audience and the band, and long whammy bar feedback stuff. It was awesome. Like Michael Schenker is one of my favorite guitar players. So, and this actually was the first time I ever got around to seeing him. So it just was awesome just hearing him and being there. And then I think that was the last song. They didn't leave the stage. He said, "Do you want one more? You want 2 more?" And then they went right into the first song of their encore, Shoot Shoot. And then they ended it all. The last encore, Schenker said, "This one's in memory of Pete Way and Paul Raymond." And they closed things out with Too Hot. Okay. So it was a great show. The band sounded great set list.
All UFO songs.
Really, the where I'm torn, the big negative for me was I just really didn't have the best seats. I was only like 5 or 6 rows back and on the aisle, but I was on the left side of the stage when you're looking at the stage, which is maybe that's stage right. I don't know. But then Michael Schenker mostly plays on the other side. And he basically stays over there most of the set. He kind of drifts to the center a couple times, but he's mostly over there on his side. And he also kind of turns his body to the left and hunches over.
Yes.
I think that his flying V has permanently bent his back. So it was hard to see him a lot of the time. Besides the fact that there were these 2 drunk assholes who came from the back and they were standing in the aisle right next to me. And they kept getting yelled at by the security guard, but then they would just kind of fade back and then come back to the front. So that whole thing, the seating and the assholes, tainted it a bit. But I don't know. It still was a great show, and I'm glad I got to see him. And I was trying to compare it to a UFO show I saw in 2020, where you have Mog on vocals and Andy Parker and Neil Carter, and you have Vinnie Moore on guitar, and in this show you don't have anybody other than Michael Schenker, but it's tough to call which one was better. This one might stand out more just because of seeing Schenker, but it's close. I don't know. I wish just they were all playing together.
Not going to happen. Too much.
Probably the time is
not enough money to go.
Okay,
not enough money to go around.
So the second show I saw this week.
Oh, good. A
double on Saturday, shot. September 20th, and it was at the same venue. It's drummer Carl Palmer, who's doing "Welcome Back, My Friends" evening of Emerson Lake.
I gotta confess, I thought Carl Palmer was dead.
Palmer music, and I'm not hugely knowledgeable about Emerson Lake and Palmer. I'm more of a casual fan. I had brain salad surgery. I bought that back in the day because the album.
Me too. And Tarkus. Oh, Tarkus? Yeah, Tarkus.
Cool. And I had a couple of their albums kind of in my, music CD rotation for a while. But I don't totally know their career, but there were good seats available, and I thought I'd check it out. It sounded interesting. And I'm happy that I did because it was a fun show. So the stage setup for this was the drum kit was right in the middle of the stage, and then it had 3 video screens, left, right, and center. And before the show started, they were kind of playing a video documentary about the history of the whole band, but it was odd because the sound, the narration was kind of too low to really hear it. But then when the show started, the video switched over and they were playing clips from TV shows where ELP were mentioned, like Cheers and The Simpsons.
You know, the
And
girl
then
from the
they've-
Brady Bunch said that Emerson, Lake and Palmer, the youngest girl, Cindy Brady, said that Emerson, Lake and Palmer was her favorite band of all time.
When they finally switched over to, I think it's part of a concert film that shows these 18-wheeler trucks driving up to the show, and then Carl Palmer comes out on the stage and gets behind the drums, and he starts playing drums to the song that "Welcome Back, My Friends," which I know is part 2 or something of the Carnival, whatever piece.
Yes.
But he's playing that part, the "Welcome Back, My Friends," and he's playing the drums along to Emerson and Lake concert footage, I guess, or they isolated the vocals and key synths. But it was weird because the drums sounded way too loud at that point, and you couldn't really even hear the synth part that well. So I was worried at that point. I'm like, is this what the show's going to be? Like, you can't, like, it's him, loud drums to, like,
just like
some
him
backing
playing along
tracks.
to
It was
backing
kind of
tracks?
weird right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Later on the show, I think they figured out the sound, but at that point it was weird.
Just him
And I
backing
didn't
track.
really
You have
know
a
what to
band?
expect. But then a guitar player and a
Okay.
bass player
All right.
came
Good,
out,
good.
and they were playing along with everybody, and they kind of filled the sound out more.
So it was backing
The
tracks.
guitar player
It's
was actually
lame.
switching back and forth between a traditional kind of guitar sound and some sort of synth sound. So at this point, I wasn't even sure what part is Keith Emerson playing,
You're
what
number
part
2,
is this
Todd.
guy playing. So then for the next couple of tunes, it was just the band. They didn't do
No backing tracks.
the
That's
Emerson
good.
and Lake concert thing.
That's good.
They played Hoedown.
Okay.
And then one of the favorites of mine, Knife Edge. That's maybe my favorite song by them. So he was just playing with the guitar and bass player on those. And then he switched back like every so often. So the next song, they did Pictures at an exhibition. Again, he's playing with the Emerson and Lake video. Then they gave Carl Palmer a little bit of a rest. The bass player came out and he did a solo on the one of those Chapman stick things. It's like a 10-string
God.
bass
Oh,
guitar
boy.
hybrid weird
Right.
thing. And then Palmer came back and he actually sang the next song, one of their like lighthearted kind of, I guess, funny songs, Benny the Bouncer. And that song had some crazy drumming on it. I guess, and really I haven't mentioned yet that, I mean, Carl Palmer like looked good. Like he's 75 years old, I think, but then he looks like 15, 20 years younger than that.
Really? That's great.
He's in
to
good
hear.
shape.
I can't believe I
and,
thought he was dead.
you know, it's obvious to say, but he's a crazy good drummer.
Oh,
like
he's fucking one of the best.
he was just doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and so he was impressive
Yeah, he
most of the
doesn't look
night.
bad.
Although
He's a
there
muscle
were
guy.
times when he felt a little bit behind the beat, or he was
Ooh.
speeding up and slowing down a little bit. And I think that was just trying to play with that click track or whatever he does to try to play with the concert footage. Then, so after that, every so often he would come out from behind the drums and he'd go up to a microphone and he would talk a little bit. So he did a little spiel about Keith Emerson, and then they played some concert footage of him doing a piano solo, and then intermixed with it, they were also showing footage of him like on a piano that was in the air and it was spinning around in a circle, and it just looked freaking nuts.
I saw Emerson,
like,
Lake and Palmer back in the day, and they
that was cool. So, and then
crazy show.
they had
Carl Palmer. He was like the first guy with his drum kit moving, spinning around. Keith Emerson had like smoke coming out of his keyboard, his synthesizers or whatever. It was a great show.
intermission.
I did an intermission.
But then when they came back from the intermission, they gave the guitar player like a segment. I guess he was soloing and he was playing along with some Greg Lake singing, and during his solo part he was doing all this like 2-hand string
I'm not
chord
down with the backing
jazzy
tracks, I gotta
plucking
say.
stuff. So that dude is a shredder. I looked up his name is Paul Bielkowitz or something like that. He's one of those guys who went all to the guitar institutes and everything, and I guess he played with Neil Morris. Not Neil Morris, Steve Morris. I wrote Neil Morris.
Steve Morris from Deep Purple and Dixie Dregs.
So now I'm rambling. Let's just finish this up.
He's out on tour. He's touring the country.
They did
is he coming
In the
out
Beginning.
Here?
It's a song people probably know if they heard it. And Carl
not coming to California.
Palmer played bongos on that.
Wait a minute. He's playing Livermore. He's playing the Bankhead Theater in Livermore in April 18th. Is that in 2026? Yeah, next year. Huh. I might have to go to that.
A couple more songs. They did, of course, Lucky Man. And then the show ended with a 10-minute drum solo.
Wow, that's great.
And it was a full 10 minutes because I timed it. And I know that's probably expected because you're going to a concert to see a show for a drummer, but even for that, it was a little bit too long.
You can get a Q&A meet and greet with Carl Palmer for $50. You get a 45-minute Q&A with Carl and his band, one-on-one photo with Carl and his band, early access to purchase autographed merchandise. Attendees it doesn't include ticket. First 50 fans, $50. Not too bad. I mean, if you're into meet and greets.
But he did do some lot of interesting stuff. At one point, he was just playing the sticks. He was like hitting the sticks against each other and on the rim of the drums. And he just did solos that concentrated on different areas. He was doing like weird cymbal work and stuff. So it was entertaining, a tad too long, but it was cool. I mean, he's a great drummer, of course. And then the big finale, they finished with Palmer playing along with Emerson and Lake footage to one of the instrumental. I don't know the name of the song. One of the instrumentals that I think is based on a classical piece or it's copying a classical piece. And Keith Emerson was going freaking off on the solo for that. He started behind his synth keyboard rig. Then he came out from behind it and he had like a mini... It looked like a mini piano you would have in your house, like back in the day. But it was like a synth piano. And he was jumping on it. He was throwing it around. He like knocked it over. One point he crawled underneath it. He was like underneath the thing, and he was like almost in the audience. His head was like back by the audience, and this keyboard's on top of him, and he's reaching over, and he's doing this solo. It was crazy. And then he put it back upright, and then he put something on one of the keys. So the keyboard, the synth was just like droning. It was like, and then he got out some spray paint. He was spray painting the wall with the ELP logo. It's probably footage that you've seen or other people have seen, but for me, it was first time seeing that, and it was really impressive.
That was what was so great about 70s rock.
I enjoyed that.
All over
the concert
top.
Ended with that. On a high note for me. That was it. They did do an encore, but it kind of was almost like after the high point of that keyboard solo and all that. And Carl Palmer was just playing really steady, playing along the whole time. So kind of that was in for me. I kind of wandered out during the encore to beat the traffic. So that was it. This has probably been too long, but just wanted to share a couple shows that I've seen recently and enjoying hearing about your adventures with the country band and all that. I'm glad you're doing some great work. Sounds like a lot of fun, and good for you, man. And until next time, stay frosty.
Thank you, Eric. I really appreciate it, friend. All right, let's play a little bit of Knife Edge. Just a 5-minute song, so I may not play the entire song. Knife Edge. Oh, let me turn it up here. Okay, let me turn it up.
Just a step, cried the sad man. Take a look down at the madman. Theater kings on, silver wings fly beyond reason. From the flight of the seagull come the spread claws of the eagle. Only fear breaks the silence as we all kneel, pray for guidance.
Okay, enough of that. All right. Thank you, Eric Rock and Roll Plebe. I really appreciate it, friend. Let's take a break. Let's play a new Oxys tune. My friend Jason, the guitar player for the Oxys, and I think the main songwriter, just now sent me that. So let's play that right now. Let me see if I can find it here. Let's play the first song, Poison Apple. I've not heard this yet, so I'm looking forward to it. There you go. Brand new Oxys. I like that. Thank you, Jason, for sending me that. I really appreciate it. The album's called Casting Pearls Before Swine. I will be playing more of that soon because that's fucking rocking. All right. Might as well just keep going with all these. Before we do that, Chris Del Grande sent a good thing for a douchebag clip of the week. Let me see if I can get the clip here. Okay, here we go.
From the files of the Rock and Roll Geek, it's the douchebag clip of the week.
All right. Sebastian Bach chastising somebody in the audience.
Hey, this fucking bitch, get her the fuck out of here! She comes up while I'm talking to my wife saying, hey, can Sebastian give me a hug? I'm not a fucking monkey, get your fucking ugly ass the fuck out of here!
Wait a minute. He wants a girl thrown out of the show because she asked for a hug. This sounds like his girlfriend or wife, whatever she is, got pissed off at him, and he's trying to prove that he only loves her. I only love you, baby. What if I throw her out of the show? Will that make you feel better? What a fucking douche.
Get her the fuck out of here! Ready for the next one?
All right, there you go. Can't stand that fucker. Can't stand him.
It's the douchebag clip of the week.
Okay, thank you.
Michael Butler, this is Jeff,
I've never heard Jeff Thieleke call him before.
Thieleke,
Great.
calling in with a dead rock star.
I did meet Jeff Thieleke in Chicago, though.
Oh, well, he ain't dead yet, but he might as well should be. Well, let me go all the way back to 1987.
Oh, dead rock star
My
story.
Uncle Rocky was a roadie for the Motley Crue.
Okay, we got a bit going on here.
Well, the Motley Crue were coming to Des Moines, Iowa, where I was a 15-year-old kid just loving that rock and roll music and that groupie scene. And, well, Uncle Rocky was gonna set me up, yeah. Well, he did, but not the way that I expected. Well, so the boys show up and we go backstage with Rocky, and he is hitting on all the groupies.
Yeah.
Man,
That's
he's
Rocky.
getting all of them. They are just falling off of him. They can't keep their hands off of him, and they all head off with him.
Pretty good Rocky
and the
imitation,
True
Jeff.
boys, yeah. Well, that just left me and some of them boy groupies. And, well, I was 15 years old and, well, not very experienced, so I didn't know exactly what I wanted, but I knew how to get it, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we'll skip ahead because there's some unquestionable things that should happen back there. Yeah. But eventually, Rocky shows up and he takes me up to the front of the stage. Yeah, I was on the front row. Well, after that experience backstage, I wasn't sitting down, no. But that didn't matter because the Motley Crue were on, and boy, did they put on the greatest show I've ever seen. And the best part about it was, at one point, one of the people behind me reaches into his pocket, pulls out a dead bat, and throws it up on the stage right at Vince Neil. Well, Rocky wasn't having any of that, and he reached up and he blocked it. Unfortunately, he blocked it right into the face of Mick Mars. Yeah. Well, Mick didn't realize what had happened. That bat bounced right off of him, but it sucked its fangs right into his skin, and he injected some of that ravenous venom into his bloodstream. Yeah. But it didn't kill him right away, no. Well, turns out, the year 2025, Mick Mars is still alive, but if you take a look at him, he might as well be dead. Well, that's the best Dead Rack story that I have. I'm glad Uncle Rocky took me backstage and he opened my eyes to a new world, but every time Uncle Rocky came through, he was with Enough's Enough and Cinderella and Twisted Sister. I was still a little bit confused, but eventually I got it all straightened out, and me and my wife, Cheri Thieleke, have been happily married ever since. So
glad you're
that's
still
my
married,
dead
Jeff.
rock star story.
Thank
I'm
you,
sorry
friend.
I couldn't get it in time for the dog days of August podcast thing, but I wanted to share it, and I just wanted to tell Uncle Rocky I still think about you and those backstage days at the Motley Crue. Thanks a lot, Michael Butler, and stay frosty.
Stay frosty, friend. All right, another show review here, I think. Let's see. Who's this?
Hey, Michael Butler. This is Adam Gerstein.
Oh, Adam Gerstein. Okay. Dead Rockstar.
I have a dead
last one.
Rockstar.
And we close the door on the Dead Rockstar stories. If you want to keep the Dead Rockstar stories going, email them to me, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com.
For you. Currently, I'm in Boca Raton. It's September the 5th. I'm doing a couple of mile walk in the hot weather down here. So I figure it's good as time as any to talk about my encounter with Clarence, the big man, Clemens.
Right.
I had to really think about how many encounters I've actually had with dead rock stars. I'm not talking about going to see them perform, because if that's the case, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds perhaps. I'm talking about, interacting with them in a, quote, meaningful way. That could be negative or positive. And the reality is, not as many as you would think. But the one story with Clarence Clemens really does stand out. And it really begins in 1981. So in 1981, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band did a tour of Europe and the United States. And this is when Bruce started playing arenas during the Darkness Tour in 78. By 1981, he was selling out arenas all over the U.S. at this point. And being from New Jersey, the Brendan Byrne Arena, which is in Rutherford, New Jersey, was scheduled to open. And the only person, obviously, that can open the arena was Springsteen. So Springsteen announced 6 shows in 1981 at the Brendan Byrne Arena. It's actually the Meadowlands Arena, changed its name throughout the years. And he was going to do 6 nights there. Sold out immediately. You guys know I'm a huge Springsteen fan. Seen him 140 times.
140
I have to sit down and
times.
count it, but it's around that.
Damn.
And of course, I saw him in 1981 and 1980 because he had played Madison Square Garden, did the River Tour, and then he took a break, went to Europe, and the only shows he's doing around this time is at the Meadowlands. Clarence Clemens. Clarence decided to either own or become business partner with somebody in Red Bank, New Jersey, in a club called Big Man's West. It was going to be a club where he could hang out at night, do whatever he wanted to do, promote bands, kind of like his clubhouse. Well, I think it was during the run of the Meadowlands shows that Clarence decided we're going to do an opening. And who else to open the show? It was going to be the club. It was going to be Bruce Springsteen. This was top secret. Bruce in Jersey at this time was huge. We heard the rumors about it. And the show was announced the day before it was going to happen. Tickets were only being sold in one place called Jack Music Store in Red Bank, New Jersey. We were living in New York City. I was in Queens, in Rego Park, which borders Forest Hills. My best friend was living on 21st Street in Manhattan. And we knew the tickets were going to be distributed, and we had no way of getting tickets. So the night before the show, my friend Andrew and I decided, hey, why don't we go to Red Bank, hang out, wait till the record store opens the next day, and maybe we can go get some tickets. Got nothing to lose. We're young at the time. The only problem is Andy doesn't drive. I don't drive. I've never driven. People find that hard to believe.
I think this is the very first time that
English
Adam Gerstein's ever called into the show.
Is either Uber or Lyft. Luckily here in Florida, the wife drives, so that helps. But we don't have a car. So we call our friend Phil. Phil, to say the least, was a friendly drug addict. He had no interest in music, but he always wanted to hang out. And we liked Phil, good guy. He decided, hey, I'll come from Far Rockaway, and I'll pick you guys up, and we'll go. And let's see what happens. Phil picks me up at my place in Queens. We head over to Andy's place in Manhattan, and Phil had his girlfriend with us, which is pretty unusual. We weren't really expecting her. You know, kind of attractive, short, stocky. And I'm sitting in the front with Andy. I'm sitting with Phil. I'm trying to remember this shit.
Does it matter?
So I'm sitting in the front. Andy was going to drive because Phil was really out of it. Okay, that's what happened. So Phil was in the back with his girlfriend. So we're driving through the Lincoln Tunnel, headed to New Jersey, and I turn around in the back seat, and I give Andy an elbow, and I'm like, holy shit, I think she's giving him a blowjob.
Oh, there you go.
So Andy's trying to drive at the same time and look at the rear view mirror.
And watch.
And I don't know, maybe I was too stoned that day, but it sure as hell looked like she was giving him a blowjob.
That's good times.
Like, what the fuck? So, we get to New Jersey. It's about 1 in the morning. We drive up to the club. We notice the lights are on. Us being stupid, we go to the club. We knock on the door.
Sure.
Nobody answers. We knock on the door a second time. Nobody answers. We keep on knocking. Finally, somebody comes to the door. Turns out to be Clarence. Clarence opens the door, and he looks at us, and he goes, "What are you motherfuckers doing here right now?" And we're like, "Hey, Clarence, can we get tickets for the show tomorrow with Bruce?" Clarence looks at us, shakes his head, slams the door on us. So now we're stuck in New Jersey, 2 o'clock in the morning. We're sitting in a car, trying to figure out what the hell to do. And we decide, all right, we're going to sleep in the car. And in the morning, we'll hit the record store again, try to see if we can get in. We wake up, 8 o'clock in the morning. We head over to Jack's. It's not opening till 10. We're hanging on the line. A couple of other people in the line with us. They open up. They tell us tickets are sold out. And we're kind of in a quandary. What do? Well, we decided to go back to the club. Now, one of the things...
Hey, Clarence, it's sold out, man!
Night, we noticed that there were workers going in and out of the club,
You just sneak in like your
because they're
workers.
still putting the finishing touch on the club. It's not done by a long shot, and we noticed that last night. So, Andy decides to go to the guy that looks like he's in charge. He goes, "Look, we're here. Can we help out in any way?" Thinking, well, maybe helping out will get us in. And the guy said, "Okay." And then for the next 6-7 hours, Andy and I are going into the club, bringing in supplies, and schlepping garbage, pretty much doing anything they would ask us to do.
I'll get you into the show. I've done it.
So
I have done
finally,
it.
It's about 4:30, 5 o'clock. And the guy goes, "All right, I know you want to get into the show. You still want to go to the show?" Andy and I are looking at each other. And then we're saying, "Yeah, absolutely." So the guy gives us tickets. Andy and I are thrilled. We're like beyond the world. And turns out there are, and I'm trying to remember how many, there were at least 2 opening acts. One of them was a country band called the Tim Ryan Band. And it turns out it wasn't going to be Bruce and the E Street Band. It was going to be Bruce jamming with Clarence. I believe Roy Bidden was there, the piano player, and Gary Talon and Max. Steven wasn't there, nor was Danny Federici. So, the one thing I also have to tell you about the club, even though the club was pretty much done, the show was going to go on, the goddamn AC was off. Wasn't working. Middle of the summer. Andy and I decide we're going to the front of the stage, tiny place, and we put ourselves right in front of the stage. We're not budging, we're not
That's
moving.
right.
We don't give a shit.
Done that before, too.
We torch it through the 3 acts. Bruce Springsteen comes on, and we're thrilled. By this time, our shirts are off, which probably wasn't a great looking sight because at that time I was overweight, so was Andy. But we're dying. But we're going to see Bruce.
There you go.
And we're only 2 inches away from him. Bruce comes on, does an hour set. We're completely enraptured by it. Bruce is sweating buckets, sweating all over us. And at the end of 70 minutes, Bruce goes, calling off the show due to the heat. Club empties out. We're still hanging out with the crew chief that was working on the club. He takes us over to meet Clarence again. Clarence goes, you're the two stupid fuckers that were here last night. We go, yep.
Stupid
and then
fuckers.
Clarence cracks a smile. And that was all we needed. I'll tell you, Michael, it was an adventure.
Yep, that's what it's all about,
a lot of adventures when it comes to music, traveling to see shows all over the country, all over the world, really, because I've seen a lot of shows outside the country. But this was the icing on the cake. So that's my Dead Man Rockstar story. And hopefully there'll continue to be more. I'm in Florida, like I said, right now. Going to be here for about 10 days. Heading off to New York, take care of some personal business. Going to go see some music there. Lucero, independent band who I've gotten into.
I love
for
Lucero.
The riff-raff. From there, flying to Chicago for the Riot Fest.
Look at you.
Going to catch the first 2 days. Going to go see this jam band Goose after the festival in Chicago. And hey, it's good being retired, dude. Always looking for the next adventure. So, buddy, stay frosty.
Stay frosty, friend.
Stay healthy. Keep playing that country shit.
I plan on
enjoying
it as long as he has
I don't
me.
care what anybody else thinks. And I know I'll see you somewhere down the road. Take care.
Hopefully I'll see you in January with Manitoba, friend. All right. Thank you. You too can leave me a show review or a dead rockstar story or any kind of comment. Record it into your phone. Email it to me, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. All right, let's listen to the new Aerosmith song with Youngblood, My Only Angel. I don't know how long I can take. We'll do a listening with Butler, okay?
Will you cry if I
So it's modern day sounding Aerosmith. Is it the full band Aerosmith? Let me tell you something about that Youngblood guy. I think he's a fucking poser, man. He's like the hot new rock guy. Brand new leather pants. Give me a break. I want to know who wrote this song. I think I've heard enough. Kill it. Okay. That song sucks. I'm giving it a 0. I can't handle that. I love Joe Perry. I love Steven Tyler. I don't love Youngblood. I don't like it. All right, friends. Let's one more audio comment. It's a very short one from one of my favorite people in the world, Jonathan Travers, and then we'll get the hell out of here. Okay, friends?
Hey, Butler, what's going on?
Hey, Jonathan.
It's your buddy again, Jonathan Travers.
Hey, nice to hear from you.
I apologize to anybody that doesn't like the sound of my voice.
I love it.
I don't really like the sound of my own voice. But anyway, I was replying to your email, Butler, about the... so, yeah, I get these email alerts all the time for, concerts in the Detroit area or any upcoming shows or anything. And it's for multiple venues I've got. So there hasn't really been anything that I've liked enough to go see in quite a while. I can't remember the last thing I went to, but so I clicked on LA Guns with Tom Kiefer, the Tom Kiefer band,
yes.
Headlining. And so I just thought, okay, maybe I'll see what's up with that one, Click on that. In one seat, before the fees, was $104.15.
That's how much it costs to get into that. That's a club show. I'm assuming they're playing clubs, right?
I can't even get mad. I was more mad when I wrote.
They must have big
get
guarantees.
That is beyond go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's too much.
I thought maybe 40.
They're two club bands.
$50, at the most before the fees. I mean, it's just, and like I said, he probably does a reworked version and nobody's fool, does the John Waite bullshit. Who knows? But, yeah, and then LA Guns, oh my God, that's Phil Lewis. That guy's always cracked me up in interviews. Him and the importance of LA Guns. Jesus fucking Christ. Another one I got for you. So I'm not a big fan of these guys, but over the years, I've happened to see them twice because of the bill they were on. Once I saw 9 Inch Nails open up for David Bowie, which was horrible because that was right? The era Bowie refused to do the fucking hits. And I also saw 9 Inch Nails open up for Jane's Addiction on their first reunion tour.
All right, hold on a second.
Both times.
I'm looking on Tom Kiefer's site here. Tom Kiefer, LA Guns, Paramount Theater, Denver, Colorado. I'm going to click balcony overhang. $39, $40. Orchestra Center. $110 for Orchestra Center. Okay. Well, they're playing theaters. All right. Balcony left. $39.40. Okay. So, and orchestra left. $40. So there are reasonably priced tickets, Jonathan Travers.
They sounded like fucking garbage. And what was crazy was the night that I saw them with Jane's Addiction, I couldn't hardly make out what song 9 Inch Nails was playing from where I was sitting, and I didn't have bad seats. And the minute Jane's Addiction came on, they sounded crystal clear. They sounded immaculate. I mean, that was great. But yeah.
By the way, I'm on this. These tickets are for the show is on for this Wednesday, Paramount Theater, Denver. It looks like maybe they've sold maybe a third of the seats. So you're going to be able to get seats for pretty cheap. There you go, Jonathan Travers. That should help.
Bowie doing the no-hits tour. That was one. I wish that was back in the cell phone era because by the time Bowie got to about the third or fourth song that nobody knew what the hell he was playing. I've never seen so many people leave during somebody's set that early. I mean, I remember being in the upper deck. That one we had shitty seats. We were in the upper deck, and I remember looking across the arena, and every one of the exits at the hockey arena, it was just jammed with people leaving.
Huh.
And it was like, hey, good, go fuck yourself. You don't want to play the hits? Fuck you. But yeah, I just got a big kick out of the Tom Kiefer and LA Guns for it. And what would that be with fees? I mean, 140. And what is 9 Inch Nails? Oh, here's the other one. This is the reason I wanted to talk about 9 Inch Nails. So I've been getting on my YouTube algorithm. If you go online and look at how they're opening this tour that they're going on, holy shit! I've always thought Trent Reznor was a pretentious prick to begin with, but their concert is an in the round stage that's pretty small. But the thing about it is it's not even a ballad they're opening up with. He does this 5-minute bit on the piano that is so slow. I can't, oh my God. It's like he's defying you to sit through. I can't believe people, I don't even know how to describe it. You got to see it. It is, I can't believe that's how he's opening a fucking concert. I'd be pissed. I can't believe I've watched 3 different nights of that opening, and I can't believe I've not heard one person heckle this guy while he's noodling on the piano. That's my God, come on, man. But anyway, just kicking back. Hey, one last quick thing. Michael Street, Tim Shaw, and a rock and roll Bryan Cranston. Somehow there's got to be a meetup with everybody before we get too old. Because I'll tell you, man, I love listening to those guys.
Let's do
show
it.
Reviews. Those guys, man, they know how to party, and I want to meet those guys.
Why don't you come out to one of these country shows or to the Manitoba shows in January?
Remember that scene in Stripes? I want to party with you. I'd love to hang out with those guys. Those guys, man.
They're cool dudes, as are you, Joe. Jonathan Travers. We had Joe Pawlak, everybody.
Like fucking such a ball of fun.
Brigitte the merch girl.
I love how they make a concert an event. I love how it's an experience with those dudes.
Exactly. It's fun.
Love listening to you guys. Love you guys. Everybody else too. Stay healthy. Stay frosty. Love you, brother. Stay frosty.
Love you too, friend. Yeah, let's arrange a meetup with everybody. It'd be good times. All right, let's get out of here. I'm an hour and 43 minutes into this. Long show, but hopefully you like long shows. All right, let's close out. Let's play another song from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Okay, how about the last song on the album? 5 minutes and 37 seconds. I like the last song hopefully they're introspective. I have not heard this whole album yet, so thank you for listening, friends. Long show. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to everybody who called in. You really helped me out, friends. And give me some more content because I just played every comment I have. Maybe I'll do a track by track. Send me an album if you'd like me to review it or whatever. Hopefully, Chris Capel will send me another date report. I love those date reports. Thank you for listening, friends. Please keep the donations coming. Without your donations, this show would die a horrible, putrid, stench-filled death. I don't have advertisers telling me that I can't say this, I can't say that, I can't talk about this, I can't talk about that. You can even call in and badmouth Charlie Kirk for all I care. It doesn't matter. I'll play it on the show. No, forget that. We don't want any politics on this show. We don't need bullshit. All right. My point is, nobody's going to cancel this show. No advertisers are going to pull their ads from the show. We got free speech here, friends, as long as I'm only answering to you. All right. Thank you for listening. rockandrollgeek.com. Find me on the Facebook R&R Geek, Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group as well. Going strong. More people getting added daily. I saw 2 people just got added today, this morning. There's probably more coming, hopefully. Thank you, Sheriff, for maintaining it. Where else am I? Twitter, R&R Geek on the Twitter. Instagram, Rock and Roll Geek, don't ask. I'll talk to you soon, friends. Here's New Kids on the Blockchain.
Someone, go tell the CEO, go tell your father, go tell your mother that Bitcoin's going to change the world. And my last point to you, you do not sell your Bitcoin.
I had to organize a pump and dump. All I could think of was to vote for Trump. I'm the high priest of maximalism. Hang on to my coattails. If you wanna ride, I beat the FC, then I have to win the lotto. Move my tips, so don't call me Lisko. I'm Camonero, don't need a check from Todd. Wake me punk, I believe in Nakamoto. I don't wanna leave, I don't wanna go. 'Cause I believe my crypto's gonna
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.